Hi guys, this is Kai here today to talk to you about Earthbound 64, or Mother Free, at least the N64 version of the game. Now, it was meant to be the third installment of the Mother franchise, and is meant to be, was intended for release on the N64 disk drive all around the world. Now, this was a long and arduous process, and the N64 disk drive actually got discontinued, so they shifted it to a cartridge release on the actual N64. It was shown in Space World 1999 in a playable format, and was well received by the public. It featured the person controlling Lucas in a 3D Western space environment, so yeah, cool. That it was very well received by the public at this time, so people seemed to like it. But the development really was long and difficult, and it demoralized the team ever making a sequel to Mother 3. So, and they didn't want to make a Mother 4. This is rather unfortunate, and it was too difficult, so the game got delayed, and it wasn't shown at Space World 2000 at all in any format. And after Space World 2000, eToy officially made the announcement for cancellation of the game. Now, this really was a shame to the public, and they were trying to create something truly special for the public to enjoy, and it was meant to have a large maps and was meant to be a full-scale release of the game in a massively big RPG that was meant to take about 60 hours to complete, which is quite a long time, and features spectacular graphics. Though many features were cut because of shifting over from the N64 disk drive to the actual N64 system, so cartridge space was limited. But yeah, it was pretty much the same story as Sonic Extreme. The game got caught in development hell, and nobody really could save the project, as well as the team actually delaying it, not wanting to do the project because of the dismay and the difficulty of programming the game, especially on the N64 system, with it being limited in its palette and 3D rendering because of the lack of space, which is why many of the companies such as Square Enix actually shifted over to the much better rendering PlayStation 1 at the time. And you got games like Final Fantasy VII, which is arguably one of the best RPGs ever made. So, yeah. So, people were just left to wonder what Earthbound 64 could have been. And it could have been great. And it really could have saved the N64 and helped it to beat the PlayStation 1, but the PlayStation 1 completely destroyed its competition. The N64 and Sega Saturn really stood no chance against the PlayStation 1 because it was just so superior. It had a lot better in the region of rendering in 3D and programming. It was a lot easier to program for. So getting back onto the Mother, it really was a shame that the game was never released, but it's interesting to know that the game actually was released in Japan for the Game Boy Advance. However, it was no longer 3D. It went back to the traditional Mother style of 2D gaming rather than having a full 3D world, because the Game Boy Advance just wasn't capable of that. But it meant the game could be completed finally, and people had fun developing it, which is all you really want from a game. Though the N64 never got its release of Mother 3, which is sad but expected. Add-ons never seem to get many games. Let's look at the 32X and Sega CD. Never really truly outshined any of its competition, so it's not surprising. It would have been nice to see the game, especially how the N64 was completely lacking in any RPGs. We just got terrible games like Quest 64, which really was bad. Don't ever play that game. Anyway, so we can only wonder what Mother 3 would have been like on the N64, and watch its beta footage, of which I've uploaded, and I've uploaded some of the gameplay of the GBA version of the game, so yeah. Anyway, this is Kai signing out, and take care, guys.